Howdy doody everybody, I hope you're doing great. In today's video, we are talking about Granblue Fantasy Relink. I thought this game had disappeared, was never going to see the light of day, but randomly they've dropped a brand new trailer and a release date and a couple of details. So we're going to talk about all of that stuff, and if you like the look of the game in the background, which I think it looks pretty cool, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But let's get into talking about the game and give you a little overview so you can get up to speed on exactly what it is. So Granblue Fantasy Relink is an action RPG set in the Granblue franchise world. I've never really played any of the Granblue games. I know their fighting game Granblue Versus came out and that kind of piqued my interest, but I haven't really stepped into the Granblue franchise, but it's pretty huge. I know there's mobile games, there's animes, there's loads of different stuff to do in the Granblue world. And the original game was actually being developed by Platinum Games until I feel like they got a bit too busy and CyGames was like, let's take this franchise and this game or project in particular off their hands. And now CyGames is back to developing this in-house, which is super interesting because Platinum, they're known for their combat, they're known for making those games that are kind of spicy when it comes to action. It's interesting that they'll take it back in-house to develop it. The game is actually coming out in 2022, so not too long. We actually have a date for when it's actually coming, which is amazing in itself considering we've been following this game for so long. And it is coming out for Windows, PS5 and PS4, which is okay. Normally I would roast it about coming out on PS4, but because it's a cel-shaded art style, that doesn't matter too much because the aesthetics of the whole game and cel-shaded doesn't necessarily lead to more power, means that the game's going to look necessarily better. But the main huge news that to take away from this is they kind of had a clear up of how the actual game works, because we were always confused about how the co-op and the single player kind of really works in this game. And they've actually said that the single player, disappointingly to me, is going to be just the main story. So the main story is going to be a single player focused game rather than you can play the whole campaign or the whole story with your friends and you can go through, because the initial footage that they released for this game looked absolutely nuts with all 4 players going through, doing a madness, fighting dragons, doing craziness. I would have loved to see that really come through as a whole game experience on that, but I am still up for action RPGs as a single player experience, so I'm still excited to get my hands on this as well and really see what is going on when it comes to the story in this and how the story is going to be told. But I'm sure a lot of you that are familiar with the Granblue franchise will know if the stories are good or not and which characters you're looking to really get involved with. But in the single player story campaign, they're saying that you're going to be able to customize your characters, develop your characters, collect treasure, and select your difficulty. So they're really going for a focused single player experience here where you can actually customize it, build your characters up. So if you're wondering what happened to the co-op, well, they split that into a activity called quests, and these quests are actually unlocked by playing the main story campaign. So you're going to be able to go into quests with 4 other players, take on particular activities. I'm guessing it's going to be stuff from the story sections or offshoots from the story section, which is going to be interesting in itself and hopefully a fun experience. There's been a few games that have done this, not necessarily what I wanted out of it in terms of co-op experience, but we'll have to see how much content there actually is. But anyway guys, that was a quick update to the game. They have said that they've overhauled the graphics as well. I'm not really seeing a massive difference. I kind of really like the original vision for the game on how it looked, so I know they've made it a little bit more clearer. There doesn't seem to be as much fuzz around the game and all of that stuff in terms of the visual fidelity, but we'll have to see what it looks like when it actually drops for PS5 and Windows, PC and all of that stuff anyway into the future. Let me know what you think of this game, guys. If you're going to be picking it up, if you feel like it's not going to be good, if you feel like it's just going to be another generic RPG, let me know how you're feeling and I'll try to reply back to you guys in the comment section. Anyway guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget you can subscribe so you don't miss another video.